What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about the crypto news, particularly with regards to Stargate Finance, where there's been some big news, and Australia. One of the big four banks has done something major. I can't wait to get into all of this. Before I do, as always, I update the spreadsheet. Just the first 26 coins I held that I spoke about on the channel that I thought would crush it in this cycle. If you invested 100 into each one and you were still holding those cryptos, you'd be in profit for nearly 40 grand. Not what I hold anymore. If you want to see the exact coins that I have, you can come check out Copy My Cryptos, where I share the coins I buy, the coins I sell, and how I'm building my portfolio and preparing it in case things go super bullish, super bearish. People are probably tired of me saying this, but I'm going to continue to say it. Guys, build your spreadsheet of coins. Build a spreadsheet of coins or whatever you've got if you're writing it. And keep track of it. If these are coins that you think long-term you're really excited about, it's worth doing, because when a bear cycle kicks in, even if it's not the deep retracements we've seen previously, they'll still be fairly deep, and you will be able to see how your coins that you're excited about are doing. They're meeting their roadmap, and they're making good partnerships. Have they retraced enough from their all-time high? All of these things are big factors. There's other variables as well, but they're three big ones. And if you're happy that it's hit the three criteria, you've got a shot of getting a 50x, 100x. This is just long-term planning. I've done this for the last few years. And when the bear cycle kicks in, and we have a deep bear cycle, hopefully, I'm going to be sharing them with everyone on Copy My Crypto. And again, if you want to see what they are, come check it out. Okay, let's start with Australia. So, ANZ Bank, or ANZ Bank, depends where you're from, is a big four bank and has become the first Australian bank to mint an Australian dollar pegged stablecoin. Rival bank NAB also has its own stablecoin project, which is expected to launch by the end of the year, but ANZ has cracked on. It's worked with local regulators to get the project signed off in a compliant manner. It's already run a test transaction on the Ethereum blockchain with its institutional partner, Victor Smorgon Group. Surprised they've used Ethereum. And the pilot transaction saw Victor Smorgon send $22 million, which is about 30 million Australian dollars, worth of the stablecoin to ZeroCap, which is a Australian digital fund manager. This is a big step. It's a massive step. Even the ZeroCap CEO talks about and pointed out that ANZ's move is not only a huge step in crypto going mainstream in Australia, but also globally, as it provides a legitimate example of a stablecoin being backed by a fully regulated, compliant, and traditional financial institution. So until this stablecoin, we've not had a bank-backed Aussie dollar stablecoin. Most of the industry utilizes non-bank and often unregulated USD stablecoins. Now, with this Big Four bank issued Australian dollar stablecoin, the use case is a lot more compelling. No doubt about it. And we were going to always see some level of a backed stablecoin from banks or a CBDC, something along those lines. It's great to see this come to fruition so fast. They've said while the transaction was conducted on Ethereum, he said ANZ will likely take its time to weigh up its options, with the DLT-based Hedera also being looked at. The transition to ETH2 and beyond will be important. I'm not sure for Ethereum, though, as Hedera and others are in the mix here, including from an ANZ perspective. So this will probably do a lot for Hedera in terms of, again, bringing some level of exposure. Not that Hedera needs it, it's massive, but it bodes well. And this is just a good step. A stable coin that's regulatory compliant shows the validity, or certainly enhances the validity of DeFi. Not that it necessarily needed validity, but I suppose with the way America have been, and certainly the SEC have been pursuing certain elements within crypto, one thing that we've known, and I've spoken about on this channel a lot, is that we were going to see some level of attacks, not necessarily attacks, but certainly some investigations into your sort of tether, potentially USDC, potentially, UST. Although UST have backed theirs with Bitcoin or are in the process of doing so, so maybe that's a little more acceptable. Although USDC are backed by a decent amount as well. So really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Now, the other piece of news is Stargate Finance. This is massive. So Stargate Finance have attracted $1.9 billion in 6 days in total value locked. And Alameda Research did a buying spree, and a serious, serious buying spree. So basically what happened, right? Stargate Finance did an auction and Alameda got involved. They bought all the tokens. They firmly believe in this project. They've said, we love the team and what they're doing. We believe this space and the technology they're building is really important. The cross-chain asset management opens up a wide array of possible DeFi use cases, etc. For the same reason, we won't be selling any of the tokens we bought for at least 3 years. This is not a cash grab or anything like that. We truly believe in this project and this team, and our only goal was making a long-term investment in both. Further, we're going to seed our STG voting rights so that the voting power is more equally distributed. We're not trying to change the direction of the project, and we want our voting power to reflect that. But that, because that's massive. They bought every token that was on auction. So, obviously, this has garnered a lot of exposure for Stargate, and Stargate itself is up about 30% today. So Stargate markets itself as a liquidity transport protocol, so it allows users to transact native assets cross-chain, offering DeFi users the option of staking stablecoins in pools where they're paid out in the native Stargate token. So at the moment, it's pretty rapid in terms of the growth that they've had. Obviously, 2 billion. It's actually one of the biggest DeFi projects when you just look at the data on DeFi pools based on a number of things, but not least of which is total value locked. So the protocol runs on 10% of the total supply of STG were auctioned off to generate liquidity across the 7 blockchains. That was obviously Alameda. They market themselves as a interoperability protocol that actually works. And to be fair to them, it does work. It does work. You can't argue. If you check out Stargate Finance, they call it the omni-chain future. They say, welcome to the omni-chain future. They talk about a fully composable liquidity transport protocol that lives at the heart of the omni-chain DeFi. When you actually check out what you can do on here, they've already implemented a bridge that's pretty fantastic. Doesn't really matter whatever network you're on, because they're pretty much on damn near every network at this point. So if you wanted to bridge from Phantom, because you guys know I love my Phantom, you wanted to move your USDC from Phantom to somewhere else, you can just do that. It's really good, really swift, really efficient. And then when it comes to farming, and you can also look at pools, which obviously there are pools for all of the stable coins. But if you check out the farming is the key one. So you can farm USDT, you can use these farms and you'll pick up the Stargate token. And the APY is pretty damn good for a lot of these. So there is an opportunity here to earn yourself some Stargate Finance. And given that, 10% have been bought by Alameda, so that means the remaining amount is available from farming. So if you're locking up a ton of stable coins, you might earn yourself some decent return on investment, because 25, well, all of them are above 20%, or nearly all of them are above 20%. So that's decent returns. And obviously, if STG flies up in value, you're making a lot more. But this is huge, because fundamentally, something that we're seeing more projects sort of approaching is, look, stablecoins, farming stablecoins or setting up pools with 2 stablecoins to earn interest is a way for people to mitigate impermanent loss, particularly with pools. Obviously, less so with farms, but with pools, that's a new thing that we've been seeing. You know, there's a couple projects out there that I've been looking at. And Stargate's obviously going to introduce this as well. So we'll see what the return on investment is for setting up and participating in the pools as well. But this is very, very cool. It's very, very cool. And down the line, particularly during bear cycles, this is what a lot of people are going to be doing. A lot of people. So yeah, damn cool. And they've got a community auction coming up in like 6 days. So any STG that's left over from round 1 will be split among equally and made available to buy for anyone who took their max eligible in round 1. But obviously, we saw everything that happened with round 1. And they bought the price of 25 cents. So well done, Alameda. They made an 8x on their investment already. But yeah, very, very cool. Very, very cool as an idea. It also shows how deep Alameda are getting into crypto at the moment. More and more and more. That's a big, big investment. Hopefully they are true to their word and don't start dumping on people under a 3-year time frame. But yeah, a lot of potential. Really big news about obviously Australia's first bank minting a stablecoin pegged to the Australian dollar. This is just big stuff, guys. This is, again, really strong steps where you're seeing institutions getting in. We've seen more news about, over the past week or so, of like adoption as well. We're seeing stories left, right, and center where it does feel like the market's starting to heat up a bit. So let me know in the comments if any of you checked out Stargate. Is that something you guys are interested in terms of just getting a solid APY, because that's going to smash the crap out of inflation right now, that return on investment. It's a potential option for building your savings. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. And like and subscribe and hit that bell notification, guys. It's always nice. It's a nice thing to do. Makes me feel good. And yeah, that's it. And as always, you know, come check out Copy My Cryptos, where I share every coin I buy, every coin I sell, how I'm building how I prepared my portfolio in anticipation of bullish or bearish momentum. Guys, build that list. Build that list. Please build that list. It's forward-thinking behavior. It's long-term thinking, and it ends up paying off massively. I can speak from experience, not least of which was Phantom, but I had a bunch of these that did this. But Phantom was obviously the winner. And there are opportunities within this market, particularly the best opportunities obviously in a bear cycle. So build the list of coins you're excited about and then watch what they do. Just watch what they do. And if you think they've still got that long-term potential, they could still smash it, and they've retraced enough, you can start dollar cost averaging in or whatever. I've got my list of coins. I'm going to be sharing them with everyone on Copy My Crypto when we start getting into a full-blown bear cycle. And that's it for me. Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.